Hi, my name is Valerie Banda, and for today's research-based presentation, I'll be talking about the neurobiology of maternal behavior. Introduction of maternal behavior. Overall, these various bullet points advocate towards demonstrating that the main corresponding issue that is trying to be addressed or solved by the society is the crucialness of maternal behavior in various mammals. Researchers are trying to gain more in-depth information about the functionality of the brain and how those brain functions really advocate towards bringing that motivational energy within a mammal to actually wanting to become a parent or a mother, and what certain parts of the brain region really thrives on wanting these mammals to actually wanting to be accustomed to certain parental behaviors. Research gaps within researcher studies. The diverse female mammals correspond to different behaviors. So as you can see with this statement, it really demonstrates that mammals are so diverse and that they really fundament towards advocating towards being a parent in very different ways, because they all have certain different environments that they adapt to, or certain environments that they try to bring their offspring to be accustomed with. So it's very diverse. So it's kind of hard to find shared attributes or characteristics among all mammals. So it's very important for researchers to dive real deeply within these studies that they are doing. Overall, these other diverse researches that these scientific people have done, they really had come upon certain halts and complications and complexities when it came to their studies, due to stumbling upon certain gaps within their studies. They really are having to dive more in depthly within their studies to actually fulfill and bringing closure within that gap. The arousing research question: how does the nervous system attributes contribute towards maternal behavior of mammals? Hypothesis: if the maternal behavior can differentiate amongst various mammals, then the researchers will gain information of the neural pathway to correlate it towards the active motives of maternal behavior of mammals. Methods. So these are all the various methods that the scientific people had accustomed themselves with in order to find the shared connections between the neural circuit and the maternal behavior. So one method that they did was that they transmitted a brain inactivation, which they put inside the brain of a rat to really map its way around the brain to see what certain regions of the brain really help maneuver that idea of these rats wanting to actually do certain maternal activities for their offspring. But overall, there are several methods that they did in order to really find what certain things that mammals really are accustomed to doing, or what they're trying to be accustomed to doing, in order to really find within those certain things or motivations that they're, or certain actions that they're doing, to see what is really maneuvering them to support that idea of maternal behavior. The neural standards invoked in maternal behavior. So as you can see in this image, it shows a yellow figure, which is corresponding as the brain of the rat. So the brain has different transmitters. It has different functionalities, different regions, and within all those, it brings motivational energy to the rat to actually wanting to be that dependable and presentful parent towards the offspring. And within those intriguing, energized transmitters in the brain, it really pushes the rat to actually do diverse maternal activities such as licking, nursing, and nest building. And the project timeline, these are the different phases that mammals go through pregnancy-wise. So as you can see in the first phase, they don't really have that sense of knowledge of how to maneuver around being a parent for their offspring. So they're slowly trying to understand what it is to be a parent. But towards the very end, when they're in the pregnancy phase, they really try to they already have that sense of idea of what it is to be a parent. So they really are maneuvering their way around to being a parent already, because they already share that sense of closure and very sentimental connection with their offspring. And overall, the conclusion is that the scientific researchers already grasp information through the visual perceptions that they've been confronted with. And within those visual perceptions that they were confronted with, they were able to understand that the neurobiological and hormonal standards really share a connection within maternal behavior upon various mammals. And these are my references. Thank you.